Have you ever heard of someone being born with an extra arm, leg, or even a second face? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but these are real people, each with a truly wild story. Let's dive into some of the most unusual cases of people born with extra body parts. First up is George Lippert, a German man from the 1800s who lived a pretty ordinary life, until his autopsy. That's when doctors discovered not only did he have 3 legs, but he also had 2 hearts. Imagine living your whole life not even knowing you had a backup engine running. Then there's Lakshmi Tatma, born in India with 4 arms and 4 legs. She became somewhat of a local icon named after a Hindu goddess. Despite the challenges, her story inspired millions and led to a life-changing surgery. But it gets even wilder. There's a boy in China, Zhao Huikong, who was born with 2 faces. Yes, 2. His condition was rare and complicated, and his family fought hard for his treatment. Another astonishing story is Munir Majd, a baby girl born with 2 heads. Her case stunned doctors everywhere, and sparked debates about medical ethics and miracles. Now Edward Mordrake is a name you might know from urban legends. He was said to have a second face at the back of his head. Some say it whispered to him at night, driving him mad. Fact or fiction? No one's sure, but his story stays with you. On a different note, Cassandra Bankson, a model and YouTuber, shared that she was born with 2 vulvas. She's used her story to break taboos and talk openly about body differences. You've probably never heard of someone growing a new nose on their forehead, but Xiaolian from China did just that. Thanks to modern medicine, surgeons actually grew a spare nose on his forehead before transplanting it to his face. And then there's Hong Hong, a boy born with 15 fingers and 16 toes. Each digit was fully formed, making even routine things, like finding shoes, a huge challenge. Let's not forget Ji Jie, who was born with a fully formed 3rd arm, or Josephine Myrtle Corbin, known in the 19th century as the 4-legged girl from Texas. She embraced her difference and built a life of her own. Deepak Paswan was born with an extra body attached to his chest, while Bradley Cooper, no, not the actor, was famous for having 5 nipples, and Jasmine Tridevil made headlines claiming she was born with a 3rd breast. How about Austin Stellark, the performance artist who actually grew an ear on his arm as a living art piece? Or Gaurav Garum, a young boy with a 3rd arm growing from his back? And finally, the miracle baby from Germany, born with 3 eyes, just as a famous Indian sage predicted years before. Every one of these people has a story that goes far beyond their unusual bodies. They're reminders that human diversity is more surprising and more fascinating than any fiction. Thanks for watching.